Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is another of the platoon replays with Oinked and Nikitak on the day that he announced that he'd become a community contributor to Wargaming. And here you can see we're on the Glacier map, and I'm in the M40, M43, Oinked is in the T44, and Nikitak is in the T44-100. And battle is about to commence. Okay, battle's underway. Now I should actually point out, and you might actually notice it in the team list, is that Mad Max of Havoc, one of my clan members, is on the enemy side in the Lorraine 155-51. And he shows up on the enemy team. And I believe there are other members who are also taking part in these countdowns. And I'm headed into the trees to find my firing position. And I found it. Okay, and I've parked up and I'm ready to go. Okay, and we've got our first target, and Nikki's found him. It's a T-25 pilot. Nikki goes up the ramp. I fire a round out, and 440 hit points from a splash on the T-25 pilot 1. And there goes Oinked in the T-44. Just going over the corner. I think, yep, they're taking shots at the T-25. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of action going on in the northwest corner of the map. And I can see an Ho making his way across. That's a Tier 8 Japanese Super Heavy. But I lose sight of him, so I can't take any more shots. There's an Object 140 off in the distance. And it looks like that enemy Object 140 and the T-25 pilot have gone down. Now, we've got a Black Dog going up to the end of the aircraft carrier, and there's Oinked. And he's gone to the edge of the carrier, and there's Nikitak. And they're looking over the edge and see if they can shoot down at the enemy below them. And I believe I was trying to get a shot on the Wizzy 111, and the Black Dog falls off the edge of the cliff and dies. Falls off the edge of the aircraft carrier, that is. And Oinked goes in behind Nikki, and he's always pushing. Is he trying to team kill Nikki? I don't know there, but Nikki goes over the edge as well. He's crashed to his death. Oh dear. And so does Oinked. Oinked goes down and lands on top of, I think, on one of our teammates. So I've lost both of my teammates very, very quickly. Well, one of them anyway. Oinked is still about. No, Oinked is now dead. He's gone down. Okay, now I'm in the reload cycle, having lost several of my teammates. But we do know Mad Max is out there somewhere. And so I'm at the moment targeting a Batchat 25 ton who's facing off against the Samur. But the Samur's taking fire. And Arty fire at that, so I fire a round in and get a splash hit on the Batchat for 407 hit points. And unfortunately we lose the Samur. He was taken out by the 25 ton. And the Emil are moving up to try and get him. The Batchat's decided he needs to escape or retreat at least. And he goes over the edge of the cliff and loses 12 hit points in the process. And my fellow Arty in the, I think it was the GW Panther, fires a round at him and gets a hit. No, my fellow teammate in the Lorraine, I should say, fires at him. Okay, I'm reloaded. Trying to line up a shot on the 25 ton. Fire a round out. And it goes in. I get 205 hit points from a splash. But it's not enough to wipe him out. He's still on 63. And there's Mad Max. Mad Max has just hit me for 37 hit points. He worked out where I was. And obviously now I'm going to have to relocate. So I moved just a short distance. He's going to think that I've relocated a long way away. But he only got me for 37 hit points. And I think the reason for that is it was a splash hit that was nearby. Wasn't on the target though. Okay, I'm reloading. I'm trying to see if I can help that 268, but no, I can't. But I can probably hit that Carnarvon. Lost sight of him. He knocked the tree down. Trying to work out where he would have gone. And I can see a Wizzy 132, but he's just too close to that 268. And if I fire, I'm probably going to take out the 268 as well, because he's very low on hit points. In fact, I'm looking now to try and... Oh, I can fire now at the Wizzy. And I take him out with a splash kill. 130 hit points. And I back away, move to avoid counter battery. I do knock a tree over. And another one. And I get hit with another strike from Mad Max. 229 hit points this time, so that was a real good one. Very close. You can see just on my left-hand side. And it stunned my crew and tracked my vehicle. Okay, now, even though I'm tracked, I'm relocating. And looks like I'm going to have to relocate a lot further away. Now, Mad Max actually said later on, he thought I was still in those trees. But I actually moved a fair distance away. And you can see some of the other trees were going down. Okay, now that Carnarvon's my next target. I'm trying to think where I can get the shot in. Could I get it there where he's knocked the tree down? I'm thinking, has he moved by now? And is it worth a shot? Well, I've got 10 rounds of ammo left, but I still can't see him. Still nothing. We haven't got any tanks nearby, but I see a tree go down, work out where it would have fallen if something went over it, and fired a round in. Now I suppose that must have stunned him, but I'm relocating straight away. I'm moving down to the lake and to another set of trees, but I see the 110E4 turn up. And I realise that he's close enough in the splash kill, and he's taken out by the Lorraine 15551. So we still don't know where that other tank went. I'm supposing he's there in that location. And the T10's moving forward, so he might spot him. And if we do, then... Ah, yeah, there's the Carnarvon. Okay, dial round in, and direct hit, wipes him out. 107 hit points, he's out the game, and I'm relocating. I don't want Mad Max to fire another round into me. He's still out there somewhere. In fact, actually, the scores are even at the moment, except, of course, the enemy's got 3 Arty, 1 tank destroyer. And we can see that tank destroyer there. There's a Tortoise. And now he's rather concealed by that rock. I've got a teammate asking for fire assistance with his cheeky. I fire a round in, hoping to get splash. And I do get splash, 161 hit points. And I decide, nope, I'm going to move. And I need to change my angle. It looks like both of our RTs fired in. No, it's a bad angle for me to shoot from. So I head down to the lake, trying to get a better angle on him. This time to put a round into him completely. And at this point, Mad Max thought I was still in the trees, but I think he was a bit surprised that I was actually much further away from there. And Mad Max is found, and we can see him in the distance. There he is. Oh, and before I can get a shot into him, he's taken out by the T10. I suppose that Mad Max was trying to relocate to avoid being counter-batteried as well. And there's the enemy M40. Dialing in, trying to get him. Oh, no, I fired too short. I thought he was going to go straight. He actually turned around the corner and drove away from my shell. And now we can see the Tortoise. And this is awkward because I've got a long reload, over 30 seconds, 35 seconds to reload. And I'm only halfway through the cycle. So I can't help the Object 140 just yet, but if the Tortoise keeps backing away, I can shoot him. Okay, he keeps firing rounds like that. The Tortoise will back off, and then I'll hit him. Rounds out. And it's a splash hit. 270 hit points, but it's quite useful for the Tortoise because it's, or for the Object 140 because the Tortoise is stunned. Okay, he's backing away. If he can keep him like that, the next round should do a lot of damage halfway through the load cycle. So another 15 seconds to go. And a big round went in there for 247. We've still got one heavy tank, and the tortoise is taken out by the Object 140. And at that point, the enemy FV3805 is spotted in the distance, and I'm loaded now. So dialing in on his target, where he's going to be, fire the round out, and it splashes right next door to him. 426 hit points, 3 critical hits, and our Lorraine 15551 finishes him off. And that's the end of the battle. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And despite the fact that Nicky and Oinked both dropped off the aircraft carrier in a most undignified way, I managed to get a second class tanker, a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, and a Confederate because I managed to hit more of the enemy than anyone else, at least 6 tanks that were subsequently destroyed by others. And if we look at the team scores, yes, we can see the I managed to get 4th place on damage, 2,254 hit points of damage. We can see actually that Nicky got 688 and Oinked managed to get 1,065 hit points. So even though they were up on the aircraft carrier and they fell off, they did still manage to get a fair old amount of damage. Even the Black Dog, who fell off the carrier first, still managed to get 712 hit points of damage before he died. Now, when it came to kills, top scorer was the Object 140. He managed to get 4, and the Lorraine 15551, who was a very good player, managed to get 3, and I only managed to get 2. When it came to base XP, the Object 140 came tops with 1,141. I came second with 936. Now, I fired 12 rounds, got 2 direct hits, 2 penetration, 9 splash, damage of 2,254 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. I did receive 2 hits as a result of splash damage. In fact, Mad Max couldn't work out how I'd been hit twice and still survived. Well, mainly because the first hit wasn't that close. It was actually a fair distance away. The second shot was close, but it was only a splash. It actually only hit the corner of my vehicle, and the trees actually did sort of like moderate the damage that was done. So I did still have enough hit points to continue operating, and it didn't affect me. Of course, I was relocating all the time, which made it difficult for him to pin me down. I damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 2 of them. I did damage assistance of 448 and stun assistance of 1,718, caused by 9 stuns. On a premium account, I earned 44,712 credits, and I got 10,000 credits for a mission completion, bringing my total to 54,712, and after repair and ammunition resupply, I still had 25,816 credits, and that's pretty good considering the 8-inch shells on the M43 are rather expensive. I also managed to get 1 bond, so for the Confederate, and I earned 1,404 XP and a mission completion reward of 702, bringing my total to 2,106 experience points altogether. So I had a really great time platooning with Nicky Tack, and this was the day that he announced that he was a community contributor by Wargaming. He'd been appointed, and we're all very, very pleased about that because that would be really good news for Philo in future. Of course, Nicky founded Philo, and it's one of the better clans along with Havoc. We look after our members, and if you want a good clan to join, come to Philo or go to Havoc, and they'll look after you. So I hope you enjoyed this replay. If you did, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.